Hi, in this video we will explain to you how to make the top of your slanted storage. You are going to fuse fabric strips to the same interfacing that you used in your weaving strips. This is a single-sided fusible foam. Then you are going to sew down one edge, one long edge, with a 1/4 of an inch seam. It's going to be a scant 1/4 of an inch. You are going to catch the interfacing in your stitching on one side or both. You will catch it just a little bit. The next thing that you're going to do is you're going to fold that out flat. Place it on with the fabric side facing the basket. Place it on the basket and clip in place. Then you are going to very tightly wrap it around the basket and overlap it just a 1/4 of an inch. Remove it from the basket . Place right sides together and sew across the end with a 1/4 of an inch seam. I'm going to pin it to mimic your stitching. So just sew right across there. The next thing is that you're going to fold this out like this so that the seam is on one edge. You're going to stitch all the way around with this folded like this, and you're going to stitch a 1/4 of an inch away from that edge. So it's going to look like this. You can see how I've stitched a 1/4 of an inch from that seamed edge. On the other edge, you want to bind it. Sew binding on the outside, flip it to the inside, and I've top stitched it very, very close to the edge. That creates this little line of stitching right here on your rim. By the way, the binding is the bottom of the rim. The side that has no binding on it will be the top of the rim and will be attached to the top. After you finish that stitching, you want to stitch a couple of more times, just channel stitching. That creates decorative stitching on your rim. The next step is to attach the top to the rim. Now, hopefully you've watched the video on attaching the bottom to the sides. This is very similar. You've marked the top in 4 places with chalk. You've also taken your rim and you've folded it in half. You can't see the chalk marks on here because of the print. So what I've done is folded that in half and I've pinned either end. Then I'm matching those pins like that, and I'm pinning either end on this. Then you'll take your top and you'll match your top, and you're going to pin it the same way that you pinned the bottom. You're going to take your pin, run it straight down through the 2 binding pieces and then down through the rim. Do the same with the 4 other spots that are marked and pinned, so match those, pin it on, pin it all the way around like you pinned the bottom to the sides, and then sew it exactly the same way you sewed the bottom to the sides. That's it.